Hello everyone, welcome along to another video. Today we're going to be having a look at Ed Sheeran's I See Fire. This tune has been done a lot, but it's a really good one, so I thought I'd show it to you. I'll start off with that little phrase at the beginning, and then I'll show you how to play the chords. So this little bit at the beginning, the chords are this: E minor, C, D, E minor. And what he does is there's a little scratch after each chord. So you think E minor, scratch, and C scratch, and then D scratch, E minor. So this is the chords. Now what he's doing here is he's playing some little fills, all right? So here's the first bit. So what we're going to do here is, just for now, if you put your finger on the 8th fret, by the way, there's a capo in this song, if you want to play along with this song, forgot to mention that, on the 6th fret, all right? You could put it on the 2nd fret, if you could take it off completely and just play this on the 2nd fret, but capo on the 6th fret, all right? So I'm going to put my first finger here on the 8th fret of the G, and I'm going to hammer on with my 3rd finger to the 10th fret of the G, so you get this, and I'm doing that with my 1st finger, and then I'm going to pull off to 8, all right? So, and when you're pulling off, you're pulling down if you haven't done that before, and then you're pulling your 1st finger off to the kind of nothing string, or to the capoed string, so you got this. So you're not picking twice. You're not doing that, you're going. All right. So now that's the first bit. Well, what he does is he adds a low E string on the top. So you play the E string at the same time. All right. That's for the E minor. Now, directly after you've done that, you're going to hit with your 1st finger the D string straight up, all right? So, all right, then with your 2nd finger, and it has to be your 2nd finger because you're going to make a C chord after this, you're going to hammer on to the 2nd fret, or, you know, I'm calling it the 2nd fret because the capo is on the 6th fret, but it is actually the 8th fret. All right, and then you're going to play a C chord, but what he does here is he plays the chord, and then with your 1st finger you hammer on to that 7th fret there. All right, so let me do that slow for you. All right, that might take a bit of work, that. And then you're going to do a little tap back down. I'm doing those with my fingers here, so. Alright, and then next 2 chords are a D and an E minor. So if you make a D chord, that's good. But what Ed does here is he plays a D chord. Take your 1st finger off and play the D and the G strings. So you've got that. You're just playing the D and the G. Alright, I'm using my 2nd and 3rd fingers, or you could use 1 and 2 if you like. So what he does is he hammers on to this 8th fret again here. So you've got this, and then you hit the B string, and then an E minor chord, which you're just grabbing with your thumb, 1st finger on the D, 2nd finger on the G, 3rd on the B. Let me play that for you again. All right. So this is it together slowly. So just pay attention to those little tapping bits. Tap. After you've done that bit on the D, you've got that. So if you're not used to finger style, you know, using your fingers here and also tapping back down and pulling off, this is a bit tricky and it may take some time, but just remember you can always play this for the intro. Can you see you still got those? You've still got those scratches going on, so that's good. Right, now for the verse of the song, that's a little intro. For the verse he changes it slightly. The chords are this, E minor, G, C, sorry, E minor, G, that should be a D, C, and then same again, E minor, G, and D, but then it goes to A minor 7. If you're not familiar with that, it's the same as an A minor, just take off your third finger. Alright, so let me play through that bit. So we've got E minor, G, last time E minor, G, D, C. At the end there's a little tag he plays, which is this. This is an A minor 7 chord. Then he plays a B minor, which is this. So think of a D chord, but you're playing it with your second finger here on the 8th fret, your third finger on the 9th, and then your first finger on the 8th fret at the top on the A, alright? So that bit, A minor, 7, B minor, and then a C. Alright, so that verse section, I'll just play it all through so you can hear it. So it goes like this. Okay, so that's the verse section. Now the chorus section is the same as the intro, which is nice, you know, what we did before. Now as you're playing through these sections, you can do these little kind of, they're not really fills, they're little additions. So if we were playing through the verse here, you can obviously add the scratch. For the D, you can add that little move where you're taking your second finger off and then hammering back on again. You can do what Ed does, that move. So that sounds quite nice to do that. When you go to the C, you can do this one. You can hammer that second finger on, kind of like the intro, where you're doing that. That sounds good. You can do all of them if you like, or just that one, just that one. So they all have their own kind of flavour, so you can try that. So there we go. That's Ed Sheeran's Icy Fire. It's a really nice tune, especially that intro is really worth getting that. So take your time if you find that tricky, you know, but bear in mind it's just E minor, C, D, E minor again, so you can always play that. If you can play it with another guitar player too, it will sound even better. There we go. Hope that helps. See you in the next video. Have some fun with that.